Yehoshua, or Joshua 22 through 24. Then Yehoshua called for the Reubenites and the Gadites and the half-tribe of Manasseh, and said to them, "You've guarded all that Moshe the servant of Yehovah commanded you, and have obeyed my voice in all that I commanded you. You've not left your brothers these many days up to this day, but have guarded the charge, the command of Yehovah your Elohim. And now Yehovah your Elohim has given rest to your brothers, as he promised them. So now return and go to your tents to the land of your possession, which Moshe the servant of Yehovah gave you beyond the Jordan. Only diligently guard to do the command and the Torah which Moshe the servant of Yehovah commanded you, to love Yehovah your Elohim, and to walk in all his ways, and to guard his commands, and to cling to him, and to serve him with all your heart and with all your being." And Yehoshua blessed them and sent them away, and they went to their tents. And to the half-tribe of Manasseh, Moshe had given a possession in Bashan, but to the other half of it, Yehoshua gave land among their brothers beyond the Jordan westward. So when Yehoshua sent them away to their tents, he also blessed them, and spoke to them, saying, "Return to your tents with great riches, and with very much livestock, and with silver, and with gold, and with bronze, and with iron, and with countless garments. Divide the spoil of your enemies with your brothers." And the children of Reuben and the children of Gad and the half-tribe of Manasseh returned, and left the children of Israel at Shiloh, which is in the land of Canaan, to go to the land of Gilad, to the land of their possession, which they possessed, according to the mouth of Yehovah by the hand of Moshe. And they came to the districts of the Jordan, which is in the land of Canaan. And the children of Reuben and the children of Gad and the half-tribe of Manasseh built a slaughter place there by the Jordan, a great conspicuous slaughter place. And the children of Israel heard it said, "See, the children of Reuben and the children of Gad and the half-tribe of Manasseh have built a slaughter place opposite the land of Canaan, in the districts of the Jordan, at the border of the children of Israel." And when the children of Israel heard, all the congregation of Israel assembled at Shiloh to go fight against them. So the children of Israel sent Phinehas, son of Eleazar, priest, to the children of Reuben and to the children of Gad and to the half-tribe of Manasseh into the land of Gilad, and 10 rulers with him, 1 ruler each from the chief house of every tribe of Israel. And each one was the head of the house of his father among the divisions of Israel. And they came to the children of Reuben and to the children of Gad and to the half-tribe of Manasseh, to the land of Gilad, and spoke with them, saying, "Thus says all the congregation of Yehovah, what is this trespass you have committed against the Elohim of Israel, to turn away this day from following Yehovah, in that you've built for yourselves a slaughter place to rebel against Yehovah this day? Is the crookedness of Peor not enough for us, from which we've not been cleansed till this day, although there was a plague in the congregation of Yehovah, that you turn away today from following Yehovah? And it shall be, if you rebel today against Yehovah, that tomorrow he is wroth with all the congregation of Israel. And indeed, if the land of your possession is unclean, then pass over to the land of the possession of Yehovah, where the dwelling place of Yehovah dwells, and take possession among us. But do not rebel against Yehovah, nor rebel against us by building yourselves a slaughter place beside the slaughter place of Yehovah our Elohim." Did not Achan, son of Zerah, commit a trespass in that which is under the ban, and wrath fell on all the congregation of Israel. And he was not the only one to die in his crookedness. Then the children of Reuben and the children of Gad and the half-tribe of Manasseh answered and said to the heads of the divisions of Israel, El Elohim Yehovah, El Elohim Yehovah, he knows, and let Israel itself know. If this has been in rebellion, or if in trespass against Yehovah, do not save us this day. If we've built ourselves a slaughter place to turn from following Yehovah, or if to offer ascending offerings or grain offerings on it, or if to make a slaughtering of peace offerings on it, let Yehovah himself require it. But truly, from fear, for a reason we did this, saying, in time to come your sons might speak to our sons, saying, what have you to do with Yehovah Elohim of Israel? For Yehovah has made the Yarden a border between you and us. You children of Reuben and children of Gad, you have no portion with Yehovah. So your sons would make our sons stop fearing Yehovah. So we said, let us now prepare to build ourselves a slaughter place, not for ascending offering, nor for slaughtering, but to be a witness between you and us and our generations after us, to do the service of Yehovah before him with our ascending offerings, with our slaughterings, and with our peace offerings, that your sons should not say to our sons in time to come, you have no possession with Yehovah. So we said that it shall be, when they say to us or our generation in time to come, that we shall say, see the pattern of the slaughter place of Yehovah, which our fathers made, though not for ascending offerings nor for slaughterings, but it's a witness between you and us. Far be it from us to rebel against Yehovah and turn from following Yehovah this day to build a slaughter place for ascending offerings, for grain offerings, or for slaughterings beside the slaughter place of Yehovah our Elohim, which is before his dwelling place. And Phinehas, the priest, and the rulers of the congregation, and the heads of the thousands of Israel who were with him, heard the words that the children of Reuben, the children of Gad, and the children of Manasseh spoke. And it was good in their eyes. And Phinehas, son of Eleazar the priest, said to the children of Reuben and to the children of Gad and to the children of Manasseh, today we know that Yehovah is in our midst, because you have not committed Yehovah this trespass. Now you have delivered the children of Israel out of the hand of Yehovah. And Phinehas, son of Eleazar the priest, and the rulers returned from the children of Reuben and the children of Gad, from the land of Gilad to the land of Canaan, to the children of Israel, and brought back word to them. So the matter was good in the eyes of the children of Israel, and the children of Israel blessed Elohim, and they spoke no more of going to fight to destroy the land where the children of Reuben and Gad dwelt. And the children of Reuben and the children of Gad called the slaughter place, a witness between us that Yehovah is Elohim. Chapter 23. And it came to be a long time after Yehovah had given rest to Israel from all their enemies round about, that Yehoshua was old, advanced in years. And Yehoshua called for all Israel and for their elders and for their heads and for their judges and for their officers, and said to them, I am old, advanced in years, and you have seen all that Yehovah your Elohim has done to all these nations because of you. For Yehovah your Elohim is he who is fighting for you. See, I've divided to you by lot these nations that remain to be an inheritance for your tribes from the Yarden, with all the nations that I have cut off, as far as the great sea toward the setting of the sun. And Yehovah your Elohim thrust them out from before you, and shall drive them from before you, and you shall possess their land, as Yehovah your Elohim has promised you. And you shall be very strong to guard and to do all that is written in the book of the Torah of Moshe, so as not to turn aside from the right or the left, so as not to go in among these nations who remain in you, and make no mention of the name of their mighty ones, nor swear by them, nor serve them, nor bow down to them. But cling to Yehovah your Elohim as you have done to this day. For Yehovah has driven out from before you great and strong nations. As for you, no one stood against you to this day. One man of you put 1,000 to flight. For Yehovah your Elohim is he who is fighting for you, as he promised you, and you shall diligently guard yourselves to love Yehovah your Elohim. But if you do turn back at all, and cling to the remnant of these nations, these that remain among you, and intermarry with them, and go into them, and they to you, know for certain that Yehovah your Elohim shall no longer drive these nations out from before you, and they shall be snares and traps to you, and a whip on your sides and thorns in your eyes, until you perish from the good land which Yehovah your Elohim has given you. And see, this day I'm going the way of all the earth, and you know in all your hearts and in all your beings that not one word has failed of all the good words which Yehovah your Elohim spoke concerning you. All of it has come to you, and not one word of them has failed. And it shall be that as every good word has come upon you, which Yehovah your Elohim promised you, so Yehovah does bring upon you every evil word until he's destroyed you from this good land which Yehovah your Elohim has given you, when you transgress the covenant of Yehovah your Elohim, which he commanded you. And you shall go and serve other mighty ones and bow down to them, and then the displeasure of Yehovah shall burn against you, and you shall perish quickly from the good land which he has given you. Chapter 24. And Yehoshua gathered all the tribes of Israel to Shechem, and called for the elders of Israel, and for their heads, and for their judges, and for their officers. And they presented themselves before Elohim. And Yehoshua said to all the people, Thus said Yehovah Elohim of Israel, Long ago your fathers dwelt beyond the river, Terah, the father of Abraham, and the father of Nahor, and they served other mighty ones. So I took your father Abraham from beyond the river, and caused him to go through all the land of Canaan, and multiplied his offspring, and gave him Yitzhak. And to Yitzhak I gave Yaakov, and to Yaakov Esau, and to Esau I gave the mountains of Seir to possess. But to Yaakov and his children went down to Mitzrayim. Then I sent Moshe and Aaron, and plagued Mitzrayim, as I did in their midst. And afterward I brought you out, and I brought your fathers out of Mitzrayim, and you came to the sea. And the Mitzrites pursued your father with chariots and horsemen to the Sea of Reeds, and they cried out to Yehovah. And he put thick darkness between you and the Mitzrites, and brought the sea upon them, and covered them. And your eyes saw what I did in Mitzrayim, and you dwelt in the wilderness a long time. And I brought you to the land of the Amorites, who dwelt beyond the Yarden, and they fought with you. But I gave them into your hand, and you possessed their land, and I destroyed them from before you. And Balak, son of Zippor, a sovereign of Moab, rose up and fought against Israel, and sent and called for Balaam, son of Beor, to curse you. But I refused to listen to Balaam, so he continued to bless you, and I delivered you out of his hand. And you passed over the Jordan and came to Jericho, and the masters of Jericho, the Amorite, and the Perizzite, and the Canaanite, and the Hittite, and the Girgashite, and the Hivite, and the Jebusite fought against you, but I gave them into your hand. And I sent the hornet before you, which drove them out from before you. Also 2 sovereigns of the Amorites, but not with your sword or with your bow. And I gave you a land for which you did not labor, and cities which you did not build, and you dwell in them, and you eat of the vineyards and olive trees which you did not plant. And now, fear Yehovah, serve him in perfection and in truth, and put away the mighty ones which your fathers served beyond the river and in Mitzrayim, and serve Yehovah. And if it seems evil in your eyes to serve Yehovah, choose for yourselves this day who you're going to serve, whether the mighty ones which your fathers served that were beyond the river, or the mighty ones of the Amorites in whose land you dwell. But I and my house, we serve Yehovah. And the people answered and said, Far be it from us to forsake Yehovah to serve other mighty ones. For Yehovah is our Elohim, is he who brought us and our fathers out of the land of Mitzrayim from the house of bondage, who did great signs before our eyes, and has guarded us all the way that we went, and among all the people through whom we passed. And Yehovah drove out from before us all the people, even the Amorites who dwelt in the land. We too serve Yehovah, for he is our Elohim. Then Yehoshua said to the people, You're not able to serve Yehovah, for he is a set-apart Elohim, a jealous El is he. He does not bear with your transgression and with your sins. If you forsake Yehovah and shall serve mighty ones of a foreigner, then he shall turn back and do you evil and consume you after he's been good to you. And the people said to Yehoshua, No, but we do serve Yehovah. Then Yehoshua said to the people, You are witnesses against yourselves that you've chosen Yehovah for yourselves to serve him. And they said, Witnesses. And now, put away the mighty ones of the foreigner which are in your midst, and incline your heart to Yehovah, Elohim of Israel. And the people said to Yehoshua, Yehovah, our Elohim, we serve, and his voice we obey. And Yehoshua made a covenant with the people that day and laid on them a law and right ruling in Shechem. Then Yehoshua wrote these words in the book of the Torah of Elohim. And he took a large stone and set it up there under the oak that was by the set-apart place of Yehovah. And Yehoshua said to all the people, See, this stone is a witness to us, for it has heard all the words of Yehovah which he spoke to us, and it shall be a witness against you, lest you lie against your Elohim. Then Yehoshua sent the people away, each to his own inheritance. And after these events, it came to be that Yehoshua, son of Nun, the servant of Yehovah, died 110 years old. And they buried him within the border of his inheritance at Timnath Serah, which is in the mountains of Ephraim, on the north side of Mount Gaash. And Israel served Yehovah all the days of Yehoshua and all the days of the elders who outlived Yehoshua, who had known all the works of Yehovah which he had done for Israel. And the bones of Joseph, which the children of Israel had brought up out of Mitzrayim, they buried at Shechem, in the plot of ground which Yaakov had bought from the sons of Hamor, the father of Shechem, for 100 kesitah, and which had become an inheritance of the children of Joseph. And Eleazar, son of Aaron, died, and they buried him in a hill that belonged to Phinehas, his son, which was given to him in the hill country of Ephraim.